I thought we got off to a good start. I thought we were competitive. I thought we were here to play. I thought, yeah, we got off to a good start. And then there was a stretch in the middle of the game where we got caught in between players, where we weren't making it clear for each other who was stepping to who and dealing with particularly their deep midfielders, and they were swinging the ball from side to side, and we ended up getting caught in between some things. And then they got the goal. And as the game progressed, we we looked to sort that out in the second half, and they pick up a second goal, which I thought, maybe we should deal with that, and we didn't. And then in the end, we're chasing the game, and the third goal comes because we're trying to extend ourselves a little bit to get ourselves back into the game. I thought there were some good performances from guys. I thought Josh was excellent, which is great because. Having another center back step up and show his competitiveness and he just dealt with plays. I mean, he showed his strength in the air and his athleticism. I thought he was excellent on the night. I thought some other guys had some good moments and played well, but we need to collectively be better, and we can't get caught in between things. They're a good team, credit to them. They move the ball quickly, and you get caught in between your assignments, and they found those guys and were able to swing the ball on us a little too much.
Do you feel that it was even more difficult for you guys to get anything going just because there was no outlet for your passes?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were outlets. We didn't find the outlets because as the game progressed, it's just recognizing the passes that they jump, and we talked about them all week, right? The square passes, they're jumping because they're moving forward. Anytime we play a forward pass, they're pressing it, and they're forcing it backwards, and then they're moving forward. So, we turned over some balls, and I think a lot of teams turned over some balls against them. But in the end, when we played across the field and got to the weak side, as we saw later in the game, some things opened up for us. What hurt us mostly tonight was the defending side of things, that we let ourselves down in terms of our collective defending and getting pressure to them and affecting the play on that side. And in the end, we expended a lot of energy chasing those moments because we were getting caught in between. And then on the attacking side, we lacked a little bit of gas.
Was one of those moments of indecision when Grella was able to get the ball to Wright Phillips and for the goal?
A little bit. I mean, I thought that was a play that we probably could have cleaned up once or twice in there, and we didn't. Then the ball ends up behind the center backs. Ash is a little bit on the backside of the forward and couldn't get around to block the shot as Joe is coming out. Just seemed like one of those plays that we were going to deal with, and it just kept ending up on the wrong side of us, and the next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. But yeah, I mean, it could be indecision. It could be that we just didn't clean it up, and we should have. We should have been a little bit stronger in that moment.
The central midfield trio has gotten a lot of credit for their success. Felipe, Clutchton, and McCarty. What did you think about how they performed today? How tough were they to kind of deal with in the middle?
Yeah, I thought they were good, and I thought that was one of our reasons we were sort of floating in between them, right? And we have to get to our assignments and stay tight to our assignments and not allow them to control the game. And we had assignments, we just didn't get to them, and we didn't solidify them. And you can't float in between because they do a good job of moving the ball quickly, and Sasha finds good pockets in front. So you got to be accountable to guys. We can't just hang out in spaces, and we were hanging out in spaces, and they were able to switch the ball from side to side on us, and then we're getting caught in between plays. But in the end, we didn't fulfill sort of our duties and our assignments in the game as the game progressed, and they were able to find their outlets.
Hercules Gomez came out to play today, showed some things. What do you think of what he did today?
Yeah, Herc came in, he made an immediate impact. He got on the ball, and you can see that he has a powerful shot. He hits in a good cross. He worked up and down the line. He shows his attacking ability. So he's a good adder. When the game got to where it was, I wanted to get his legs under him, get him on the field. And I thought I did a good job. He'll be a good addition to our team as we move forward.
How long do you think it'll take for him to completely adapt? I think he said he hasn't played in 3 months, and obviously he's got to get used to the teammates and everything. So how long do you think it'll take that?
I mean, I think it's Herc. It's guys who went away on national team coming back, where we had our mojo kind of going before national team. Then you lose guys, and now you got to get that going. So it's Herc, it's Danny, it's getting Michael and back into the mix because we weren't. At times we've got to be better with him and vice versa, and it's getting everybody back in flow. We lost our rhythm and had guys away for a month, and now we're trying to to get that going in. But Herc, in terms of doing what he does, he won't take a lot of time. He's a fit guy, so from a physical standpoint, he won't need a ton of time. He's a smart soccer player, so he knows what he does, and he knows what he's got a good sense of what we're doing as he continues to watch and train with us. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's just the unity of the team right now is we got to pull back together. Now that we're getting more and more faces back into the team, and it's just we've lost a little bit of rhythm that way.
You lost a similar match here last year, and it kind of, at that point, I think the season was far enough along where it actually ended your guys' playoff push. Yeah. How do you prevent, this kind of loss, a big loss to an important conference rival from making the trajectory continue to go downward?
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew tonight was going to be a challenging match, and they're at home and they're going to press the game, and so we knew it was challenging. We had a game plan. It was effective for a while. Then they got their goal. But we know we're going home. We know we have a lot of games at home. We look forward to being in front of our fans and in our stadium and our place and to prepare. We knew this challenge in front of us was one we wanted to get something out of, but we got to tighten up and as I said, we've got to pull together as a group and get our team identity sort of back that we had before, which we know we're capable of doing. And we look forward to the home matches. That was the big thing. I mean, last year when we came, we were actually on a good way. And it was actually, I think, the game before this game that actually really hurt us, which was the Houston game that we should have won at home. And then we came here and it kind of solidified us. But this game for us was a competitive match to get everybody back, to get Josh's legs under him, to get Herc out there, and to start integrating the group back together. We got to make a real push now as we go home.
I'm surprised you have a voice left after that second half. You seem to be barking out a lot of orders. I mean, was it getting people incorporated into the system? Was it trying to correct things that they were doing that you guys weren't reacting to? What was that?
Yeah, it was, a lot of it was just getting us to move forward. When we were able to get forward and attack and move into their half of the field, it seemed again that we got caught in between things where we were sitting back a little bit when we needed players to step forward, so that when the ball popped out we could compete for it immediately, win the ball back and continue the attack. It was too easy that we were too deep. They win the ball, it would come out to them, and they would turn, they would play forward. We're defending deep in our half again, and it was just getting the mindset of the group to move forward and be accountable to people. Don't worry about the space. Be accountable to their people so that they can't connect passes, and make sure that we're there to compete physically and for the ball. And the moments we did, we were good, and we got some control of the match, and we had some sustained attacks. We created a couple chances. Colin had a good ball into Seba, who just missed the touch to maybe gets in. So we had some good moments, but we were just caught both in transition and just in our set defending. We were caught too often in between players and not close enough to affect the play.
Just the physicality that you're considering, the Red Bulls seem like they follow the same blueprint that NYCFC used in Toronto, kind of frustrating the dribbling go up top with the physical play. Was that, did you notice that tonight?
Yeah, but that's what every team does. Every team gets physical with him, and one of our challenges tonight was that when we played forward, we need to get more numbers forward, so that so he can combine off of people and use people. And we were getting forward, but we weren't really getting our team forward quickly enough. And to me, a lot of that was we were expending energy being in between people, not affecting the play defensively. So then we were using a lot of gas, just moving from side to side and shifting and defending, and we weren't getting up the field fast enough. And sometimes we were playing obviously direct and playing beyond some of that pressure and getting up into supporting positions. We weren't as fast as we needed to be on the day, but everybody's playing sub-physical. That's the way it's we're seeing it. And for us as a team, we need to adapt, move the ball a little bit quicker, and work with him.
Josie's had a bit of a tough time since coming back from the Gold Cup. Is it ball just not bouncing his way? Is it confidence? What do you chalk that up to?
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of tonight, I thought he was competing to hold up balls. He was. We were able to play into his feet a little bit more. He was more involved than he's been in past games. But again, when we don't have the ball very much, and today we spent a fair amount of time in defending shifts, then he's not going to be as present as you'd like him to be. And when it's a wide open game, Seba's going to catch your eye because of his quickness and his dartiness off the ball, and so of course he was there. For Josie as as a goal scorer too, is we've got to help him, and he's got to find the back of the net and get that feeling again and get that emotion. But last week in training, he was sprinting, he was doing all the work we asked. Tonight I saw flashes of that, and now we just, again, as a group, it's not Josie, it's not any one guy. It's just there's some of us who just need to switch it on a little bit.
In your mind, assuming everybody's available, do you know what this team's best back four is at this point? And if you don't, is that a concern at this point in the season, you think?
No, I know what our best back four is, and we need to get guys healthy, and we need to get guys just back into the team and integrated as a group so that we're ready to play. But for me today, it was a little less at times about the back four, and a little bit that we didn't get pressure on the ball in front of them to make things clear for them in terms of handling situations. There's nothing worse as a defender, as a center back, being at the mercy of any run because there's no pressure on the ball, and that was a little bit of us tonight.
Pressure still, continues to mount on Joe in the second goal. You could argue he could have made a save on it, based on replays. Is that still a position you're evaluating, and is he your number one moving forward?
We'll see. I'm going to look at the game, and I'll look at all the plays, and I'll look at the goal in particular, and make that decision. I'm not going to make it off of emotion from the game. I will take a look, and we'll make a decision over this coming week, and put in the guy we think is best connected for our back line.